This is my little ESP8266-01 USB dongle. USB plug, 3.3 volt voltage regulator to lower the voltage down from 5 volts to 3.3 volts. This is the ESP8601. I've unsoldered the 8 pins out of the 01 and the 3 pins of the voltage regulator. The best way to get these pins out of the ESP is to pull off the plastic bit, slowly prise it up with a screwdriver or something so that it makes all the pins separate, and then you can unsolder the pins one at a time. Then all I've done is just push the pins back into the plastic in case I want to use it for something else, but that's the best way to get it off. Trying to unsolder all the 8 pins in one go, you get a lot of heat in this board, so pull the plastic off, unsolder them one at a time. Another thing that I've done is I've broken off the centre 2 contacts out of this USB jack because we don't need them. All we need is the 2 outside pins, positive and negative. And what I'm going to do is solder this voltage regulator into this USB that way round, and that'll be the correct for negative and positive. And obviously the centre one, which is voltage out on this voltage regulator, will not be shorted with the 2 centre pins because I've broke them off. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll get back to you. What I'm going to do is I've flooded these with solder so it makes it easier to solder that just there. Right, I've soldered the regulator to the 2 wires by, as I said, I've flooded the channels on the USB plug, and then I've flowed solder through the holes so that it melts the solder on the USB plug and made the connection. I've also soldered 2 wires to the ESP01 underneath on the bottom. The idea being that when this is placed, still got access to these pins. I'll make a little pin push connector in case I ever want to reflash this again. And what's going to happen is this is going to be like that. It's going to fit like that. What I'm going to do is put some foam sticky back 1mm tape on there and bond that to there so I can still get access to the pins. You'll see when it's done. Right, I'll do that bit. Right, I've completed some more. I've stuck the ESP01 to the back of the USB plug using some it's going to be a bit hard to see, but it's about 1mm thick black sticky back foam tape. That's what's holding it to the USB. And I've run the wires, you can't really see the black wire, but I've run the wires along here, round the edge of this, along there, soldered it to the earth. The red wire you'll probably be able to see. The red's doing the same. It's running along the edge of the foam tape, round the edge of the plug, along here, round and to the centre contact. That's 3.3 volt out. Now I've got a power bank. Believe it or not, I'm going to plug it in and test it. So here goes, lit up. Yep, I think that's working. I'll unplug it, plug it back in again. Yep, I think that's working. Right, that's finished. So I'll unplug it. Now what I'm going to do is put a piece of shrink wrap around it like the other one that I've built, the ESP3, and I used the shrink wrap for the 18650 lithium ion batteries because it's thinner and you get miles of it dirt cheap. We've got about 3 meters for £1, I think. Yeah, I think something like that. It shrinks at a lower temperature, so you have to be a bit careful. Do it with you can virtually do it with a hairdryer. And I'll cover it in shrink wrap, and that will force that against this foam tape, so it'll make it so that it won't come off. So I'll go and do that, and then you can see this completed, see what it looks like. But the reason I soldered the wires underneath is so I've got access to these pins here. I can make a little adapter if you ever need to flash it, and obviously this has got to be flashed before you do this, so flash it, test it, make sure it works, yeah, and then obviously assemble it. So that's going to be another neat one. Right, just put some shrink wrap around it. That's what it looks like. It's getting a bit dark here, so yeah, that's complete. 40mm long. Let's plug him in. One side you'll see the voltage regulator, the other side you'll see the LEDs. I like this black shrink wrap because it hides the LEDs from glaring, so you know if you're using it somewhere they're not actually displaying that much, but good enough for you to check that it's working. So just unplug that, plug it back in. Yeah, that's finished. As good as it gets. Right, thanks for watching.